In this video, I'm going to show you how you can mod your Tascam Porta 2 high speed so that it plays normal tapes with a potentiometer and a resistor that's blocking the high speed function in the unit. And so here I have it in the side where the little buckle support thing is, and I'm going to show you how to kind of take it apart and kind of do the video backwards. But here is how it comes out. It's just a nut that I have, and with this unit specifically you have to be kind of careful taking it up because you have to push the pot through first before pulling the whole shell up, because it's in the top shell and it's kind of a tight squeeze to pull it out from the transport area. But here I have it opened up. It's maybe 6 screws in the back you'll have to do. I didn't record that part, but here it's I think 4 screws in the cassette transport you'll have to take off kind of in the 4 corners, and then you don't have to take it out, but you'll have to have it free. And here with the tape part, the tape board area, I think it's 2 or 3 screws, and then you'll have to flip all of this over, and I like to stick a piece of foam underneath there so they're just not cramping. And here you can kind of see the job. So this is where you'll need to solder 2 wires that go to the potentiometer, and what you're blocking is R720. And one thing I wish I did differently was use longer wires and kind of run it around the cassette transport instead of underneath it. And my camera went out of focus here, so I cut that part out. But here's what it looks like wired up, and here's my terrible soldering job, and it came apart. And so here is it all together. It's a 1K pot with a 1K resistor on it, I believe. I'll link the parts in the description so you can get them for yourself and do it exactly or similar to how I do it. But here's where I'm saying how I wish I made the wires longer so it could go kind of around instead of underneath. I have the unit back together now, and unfortunately the camera audio was crackling for some reason, but here you can kind of hear how it works. I spent some time trying to fine-tune the unit, and so inside the unit there's the fine-tune speed pitch dial, the little blue one right there. I turned it to the left a little bit so that when the new added mod is turned all the way to the right, that's as slow as it can go by default, and you can get the most range out of the slider like the unit's intended to be, if that makes sense. This is so that you can still pitch it even more down with the slider and go even slower and go below tape speed if you want, and then you can also go higher, so that's kind of the center is the middle ground. Here's another snippet of me messing around fine-tuning it. I tried to get it so the slider is in the middle, and that's kind of where normal sits, because I could adjust it even more, but that little blue tape speed dial I actually broke and made a separate video on that, on how to repair that, and so it's pretty delicate and I didn't really want to try to turn it all the way. But you can adjust it and fine-tune it to however you prefer when you do this mod. That's regular speed all the way to the right, and to get back to a regular high-speed tape I have to go and bring this up, and that is high speed, normal high speed, whereas if we have to turn this one all the way down, all the way, that's as slow as it'll go with this mod. And then to get it actually in tune,
it's right about on 2 lines from the middle. So that is the normal tape speed when you do this mod. It's not going to be perfect because it's obviously not meant to do this, but it might be different depending on how you do your mod. But when I pull this knob all the way to the right, there's sped up, slowed all the way down, all the way to the right, and then I have to fine tune it right here so that it's playing at a normal tape speed on my unit. And it can still go a little bit slower, and you can speed it all the way up, crank this back up, so now this is sped up as fast as it can go. And then we can go as low, that's as slow as it'll go. I hope that you find this video helpful, and I hope it encourages you to mod your unit.
And there's a few other tutorials that I followed and kind of combined to be able to do this, and I tested different caps to see which one was the correct one because I couldn't really find out online. So I hope this video is helpful and encourages you to try to do this mod if you have a high-speed cassette player, high-speed Tascam. Leave any comments of any questions, or if you think that there's different ways we could go about this mod that would be better.